Good morning. It is Coach K on Monday morning. I think that I'm doing this correctly, but we're going to give it a shot. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't have all of these bells and whistles and stuff going on. Well, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great Sunday. Hope you had a great time, period. What we are going to continue to do is talk about self-love. That is the thing. That's what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. And with Mother's Day, I hope that, you guys who are mothers out there, even if it's not biologically, that you were shown some appreciation. I hope you showed yourself some appreciation as well, because let's remember that everything is not somebody else's responsibility. Some of it, primarily, you want to be able to demonstrate that love walk with yourself. So we have been talking about specific ways to do that, specific ways to demonstrate, express your love with yourself, connect with yourself. All of these things are important. As I always say, the first relationship that's important in your life should be your relationship with the Lord. And then there's relationship with yourself. And then there's relationship with other people. Now, as you practice this self-walk thing, we've also been talking about just the true fact of the matter is that, loving yourself and the things that come with self-love, the things that come with love, is not always running through a bed of roses. Love requires discipline, structure, hard work, commitment. It requires all of that. And everything that you would give in a relationship to somebody else, guess what? Those are the same things that you have to give in a relationship with yourself. It's no way around it. Okay. Have to do what you would do in a relationship. You got to do it for you. In your love walk with the Lord, that's a relationship. What you will do in a relationship with somebody else, guess what? You got to do it with that relationship too. So we were talking about specific ways to do that. So my technology setup is a little different this morning. So I'm going to try to hopefully stay live and go to this list that I made. Okay. And I think that I'm able to do that. All right. So when we're talking about specific ways that you can love yourself. So some of these you might say, Coach, this is kind of corny. Okay. It may be, but it's your job to choose. I am not here to tell you what to do. I am here to guide, encourage, motivate, support. Guide, educate, motivate, support. That's what I'm here to do. So I am going to offer you suggestions. That is all I'm doing, offer you suggestions. You can take them, you can leave them, you can modify them, you can tweak them, you can do whatever you want to with them. But talking about stuff without actually giving you actual tangible ways to follow through on what I'm saying or follow through with what I'm saying isn't really that helpful to me. It's kind of like when you have a kid and you tell a kid what not to do, but you don't necessarily tell a kid what to do. And I'm not equating you to children. That's not what I'm trying to say. I just think it helps when you also provide constructive things for people to do. Okay. So this first one fits very well because, like I said, it was Mother's Day. And typically when there's a Mother's Day, when there's a birthday, when there's some type of holiday, when you're meeting people for the first time, people get flowers. But guess what? You can buy your own self flowers. You don't have to wait for other people to get you flowers. You can buy your own flowers, which is a great idea. So you can buy yourself flowers. I happen to like fresh flowers. Maybe you pick, you pick some roses, and then maybe you pick some lilies, and then maybe you pick some daisies. I don't know. I like flowers. I just don't know a lot about them. So I pick pretty ones that are in season. There you go. You can do the same thing. What about cleaning? Now you might say, Coach, look here. You know, my life is busy. I don't really have all this time, the stuff you're talking about cleaning. Who really wants to do that? Well, let me tell you something. Look, organizing your space, which I've talked about before, organizing your space is important. So you can clean your house, clean your apartment. Maybe you organize your closet. Maybe you organize your office. And maybe that's your home office. Maybe that's your work office. Maybe you organize your car. You clean out your car. You get your car clean. A lot of things you can do, right? So fresh flowers, cleaning your house, your apartment, your car, your office, organizing your closet. I tell you what, times that I've organized my closet, it felt so wonderful to walk into my closet and see where everything was. It was absolutely wonderful, which fits with the next suggestion about organizing your workspace, your home space, that type of thing. Another thing is just rest and relaxation. Rest and relaxation. You have to know your body, and you have to know when your body is saying, you know what, you need a break. And it's okay to take a break. Inform the people that you are connected with in your home, hey, I'm overwhelmed. This is what's happening. I'm going to need a timeout. And what is this timeout going to look like? Well, this timeout is going to look like, I do not think there are going to be any cooked meals this week. Better yet, ask for help. I need help. I need help with the meals this week. I need help with laundry. I need help with cleaning up the house. Can we clean up the house this week? Can we clean up the bedroom? Can we organize the closet? Can we organize the pantry? That's another good space to organize that really makes you feel good, is organizing your pantry. But rest and relaxation. Pay attention to your body, guys. Your body communicates with you all the time. It communicates with you all the time. It tells you when it's unsettled. It tells you when it needs to process. It tells you, if you find yourself doing a lot of daydreaming, you wake up and you feel burdened, you feel heavy. Your day hadn't even got started, but you wake up and you feel like you weigh 5,000 pounds. Sometimes it's okay. Well, it's always okay to say, I need to take a time out, but sometimes you have to do that. And you have to assert boundaries to be able to do that. And that's okay. Boundaries are okay. Boundaries that's not aggression. That's not disrespect. Boundaries allow you to communicate assertively about what you need, when you need it, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And that's okay. Boundaries are okay. That's another very good way to practice self-love. Boundaries, people. All right, so we got buy yourself some fresh flowers, cleaning, organizing, knowing your body, taking time for rest and relaxation. How about dressing up? Just because. Now, I know with COVID, particularly for me, I noticed that with COVID, we were wearing the mask all the time. I stopped wearing my lipstick. I happen to like these kind of red burgundies, raspberry, cranberry kind of colors. But you could decide that, you want to be really cute one day. So what is that going to entail? I don't know. You decide what cute is for you. Is it that you put on a little extra makeup? Is it that you wear your heels? Is it that you wear your cute outfit that you haven't worn in a while? COVID has made, it's kind of changed the rules of the game, right? Particularly people working from home. So things get very lax. I bought some new clothes for the first time, last week, because my mom was up with me and we went to the store. She wanted to get some clothes, so forth and so on. And I realized that, I had not done any real shopping, not for anything really cute, in a while, since probably before COVID. Now, things like leggings, tights, that kind of stuff you're going to wear around the house, stuff I'm going to work out in. Yeah, but I can't really say that I've bought a cute outfit. I don't think I'm the only one. But again, COVID has really I think COVID has played a impact in that, and that, you just couldn't get out, or you didn't want to get out. You didn't want to take the risk of getting out and being around other people. You were able to work from home. So different things worked at home. It was more lax. Companies, organizations got more lax. So a lot of things to go into that. The point being, as we're talking about these things you can do for self-love, is pick a day. Maybe you want it to be all week. Now, this is not, I mean, hopefully you're taking care of yourself all the time and you look decent all the time, right? This is you doing a little extra. And whatever that extra is to you that puts a little extra sachet in your hips that day, then that's what you do to make yourself feel cute and lovely and sexy and beautiful and wonderful, like the woman that you are, okay? Another way to practice self-love. So I also talk a lot about nutrition. I think I shared with you guys that my birthday is in July. So I'm on this big health kick. I want to lose all this weight, get back into my exercise routine. One thing to do when we're talking about practicing self-love is pay attention to, I want to say how you eat, but it's really more about mindfulness when you eat. What does that mean? That means that you take the time to really taste your food, enjoy your food, chew your food. You're really supposed to chew your food until it is, this might sound, I'm not trying to gross you out, but it's supposed to be rather liquidy, for a better way to say it. You're supposed to chew until your food is really, really soft, really mushy. Your mouth is supposed to be the first place where digestion begins, but it takes mindfulness to sit and chew your food 20 times before you begin to swallow. Okay, that's mindfulness. Pay attention to the texture of your food, to the taste of the food. Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it tangy? Does it have a hint of fruit on the back end? Whatever. But pay attention but you got to slow down to do that, right? And you're not supposed to, your digestive system, this is just FYI, your digestive system does not do well with eating on the run. It does not do well with eating in high stress situations. Digestion works much better when you are actually relaxed. So that means that, planning your meals, having time to sit down and really digest and enjoy your meals, that kind of stuff is important. And that, even though it may sound like a little thing, it's still very much a part of your self-love walk with yourself, okay? Make a list of fun activities to do and post on your fridge. I often tell clients to have a bucket list. That's what comes to mind when I hear that. Have a bucket list, from little things to big things. It could be, maybe it's a park around town that you want to go enjoy this week. Check the weather for the week. What days might be good to go take a blanket, sit at the park, have your own picnic, read a book, people watch, take your pet, go for a leisurely walk. Maybe going to the park. This is not where we're about to go walk and sweat, but maybe this is a leisure walk. Go enjoy the breeze, hear the leaves rustle in the wind, see the pretty flowers, okay? That kind of thing. So when I say a bucket list, it's not just, I want to travel the world and not work for 3 months and travel the world. Okay, that's great. And you can put that on your bucket list. But I'm saying your bucket list can have a range, okay? It can have a range. You can have those big to-do items, and it can have your weekly self-care. What would I like to do within an hour of my home throughout the week, just for me to relax, just to say, hey, you know what? You did a good job this week. You persevered this week. Whatever goals you have going on that week, you did a good job working toward those goals. You know what, Kim, I'm proud of you for not eating those sour cream and cheddar potato chips this week because they are like crack in your life. So taking time to do those things, the bucket list, ways to sit and encourage you, whatever. I have a pet. Tux, he's in here somewhere. I took his leash off because it rattles and he'd be making a lot of noise. So the idea of being outside with him, taking him to the park, great. If you love animals, great thing. All right, so let's review for a second. We talked about buying yourself something, specifically for flowers. We talked about clothes, a new lipstick. It could be anything of that sort. We talked about cleaning and organizing workspaces. We talked about cleaning spaces at home, pantries, closets, your car. We talked about knowing your body, and when your body's telling you that you need to, as my grandmama and them used to say, sit down somewhere, go over there and sit down. Your body will tell you when you need to do that, and you need to listen, pay attention. So take time out for rest and relaxation. If you're like me, I started like every 3 months or so, 2.5, 3 months, building in just a day off, maybe 2, just depends on what's going on, what else is going on in my life, okay? And then picking days that you want to be cute. Like I said, what is it going to take for in that day for you to have an extra sachet in your hips? Is it your hairdo? Is it your lipstick? Maybe you get lashes. Maybe you try new makeup. Maybe you have on a new outfit. Maybe you try, you got your favorite cute shoes on. Maybe you put all that together where you just know you are the thing that day, all week, whatever day you choose to do it. Do you understand? All right. We also talked about mindfulness while you are eating. Eating in states where your body is relaxed. Okay. If you join me on Fridays for Relax in the Corner, I think that's at like 12:10. If you join me during those times, that's a good way. We're only together like about 20 minutes, and we talk about ways to relax. We practice deep breathing. We do some visualization exercises. It's kind of, whatever ideas I can come up with to help encourage and motivate relaxation. So eating perhaps after we have that time where we relax in the corner would be a great time for you to just slow your day down and practice mindful eating. Okay, but having your body relaxed and helping your digestive system process your food in a relaxed state, which is what it was intended to do. We've also talked about making a list of fun activities, kind of like a bucket list. And again, I want to encourage you that this bucket list can be from little things to big things, because if all of them are just big and all of them are what we call high price items, then, you might be setting yourself up to fail, or you're setting yourself up to not to be disappointed potentially. Okay. So you want some little things, you want some big things. You could have a range. Some of these bucket list things could be things you're talking about for yourself. They could be things you're talking about doing with the group. They could be things you're talking about learning. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's learning an instrument. Maybe it's getting a piloting license. That's something I've been thinking about lately. But anyway, maybe it's hot air ballooning. Maybe it's jet skiing this summer, parasailing, scuba diving. Okay. So let your mind kind of run wild with that. Another thing that's very, very important that I talk to clients about all the time is paying attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. That is very important. Paying attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Your body reacts to what you say. So you cannot just have any and everything coming out of your mouth. Oh, this is going to be a bad day. Oh, I'm going to hate this day. Oh, I'm not going to get anything right. Oh, this is awful. Oh, life is never going to be like I want it to be. Oh, da, 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 da. You can't just have anything coming out of your mouth. First of all, on a spiritual side, death and life is in the power of your tongue. So whatever words you are releasing them into the universe. That's the first problem. Okay. Death and life is in the power of your tongue. So what are you saying? And don't say to me, Coach K, well, I'm not really saying anything bad. Well, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Okay. That is probably Jesus in your life. But you know what more Jesus would look like in your life is if you took the time to speak positive things. Okay. So that's like saying, well, I'm not doing anything to, I'm not wasting money, but I'm not actively working to save any either, right? That's kind of like what your words are. So I'm not saying anything bad, but if you're not actively speaking over your life, speaking over you, speaking positive things into your life. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly how hard it is. Okay. Because for the last couple of weeks, I have been struggling to do this for myself. So I am not telling you this because I'm telling you it's easy. It's not easy. Some days your flesh does not want to align with the word. That's just a fact. Sometimes your flesh does not want to align with the word, but you know what? You know who's in charge. It's not your flesh. And you can't let your flesh make a short-term decision that's going to have long-term consequences. You cannot let your flesh make short-term decisions that's going to have a long-term consequence. I hope you got that. All right. So when we're talking about paying attention to what's coming out of your mouth, because what comes out of your mouth goes into your ears and it goes into your heart. Okay. What you listen to goes into your ears and into your heart. When you are reading and studying scripture, it goes into your eyes. You should speak it out of your mouth so it goes into your ears and where into your heart, which builds faith. So having some mantras that you repeat. I love and accept myself. Let's just sit and think on that for a second. I love and accept myself. What if you acted today as if that were true? What if you went throughout your day, your week, acting like you really believe that you loved and accepted yourself? The good, the bad, the ugly, the shortcomings, the defects. Not that you don't work on your shortcomings or that you don't work on your defects, but it's you. It's yours. You got to own it. And if it's something you don't like, then you work to change it. You stop deciding to survive and you learn how to thrive. You can survive or you can thrive. Okay. Over here in Coach K's corner, I'm always trying to nudge you to come out of survival mode and learn how to thrive. There's a life waiting on you. There's time passing that you will never get back. Valuable time that you can make valuable life-changing decisions. And I would encourage you to do that. This is, when I talk to you guys, it's like just me encouraging myself. Come on, Kim. It's another week. You got to get it. You got to get it. You choose to have some goals that you're working toward. You choose not to give up on those goals. So that means today is some things that you got to do. Okay. Whether you really feel like it or not, you got to do it. I choose to do it. Let me say that because I got to. Body doesn't really respond well to got tos, have tos, ought tos, shoulds. So very important to say, I choose to, and I do. I choose to. I got up this morning at 5 because I chose to stay committed to doing this Coach K Corner Live at 7 o'clock, but I also had to come into my office today. So I woke up this morning and I made some choices. I made some choices to go to bed last night so that I could get up and be prepared, right? So all of that is in self-love too. But again, I love and accept myself. What would happen if you really acted as if that were true? I love and accept myself. I tell you what, in thinking about that statement this morning when I packed my lunch, okay, so I'm already up early. Well, I think I even got up at 4:30 because I was tossing. I went to bed early. I was tossing, turning. So I went on, got up, so I wouldn't rush. I don't like necessarily rushing in the morning. The point being, we're talking about I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. What choices would you make differently if that was the mantra that you were holding on to? I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. So this morning, this is an example. I packed some fruit. I packed some yogurt. I packed some turkey, packed some cheese. I packed some, what are those little wheat thins? I think that's what you call them, to eat with the cheese. I packed me a pickle and I brought one of those big pre-mix smoothie green machine. I think it's the green machine thing to do today. Why? Because one, I am committed to the vision. Now, you know, Mother's Day made it a little hard because I had some sweets around me and, you know, it was a little hard. So one of those days I had me some red velvet cake. Probably shouldn't have had the red velvet cake. But anyway, it's a new day. I have new decisions to make, and I'm going to continue to strive to make the healthiest ones that I can. How about that? Okay, that's all I can do. But at any rate, in making my decision this morning on how I was going to take care of my body, how was I going to be sure I gave my body what it needed? Because my body is also, I also have to exercise today, right? Right. So I can't not feed my body or not give my body quality ingredients and then want it to perform all day, be ready for exercise tonight, but not give my body what it needs. Okay, that's not how you want to love yourself. You know, losing weight, you don't want to, starving is not it. Starving is not the option to lose weight. Starve your body and then press, burn calories, trying to burn calories, but you're not giving your body what it needs to do well. All right, so today we got through about 8 of those things. Yeah, we got through about 8. So again, let's review. We are talking about specific ways to practice self-love. That is what we're talking about. Specific ways to practice self-love. Again, I want to encourage you to always start off with your relationship with the Lord, even if it's nothing but good morning, Lord. That's very simple, to usher him and usher the awareness of him into your day. Okay. So alongside that, we talked about buying yourself fresh flowers or something that you like. Maybe it's a new outfit, a new lipstick, whatever. We talked about cleaning and organizing your spaces. So cleaning your house or apartment, organizing your house or apartment, cleaning your office space, organizing your office space, cleaning out your car, anything like that. We talked about knowing your body and making sure that you are mindful of the signals that your body's giving you and that you honor those signals. So when it's time for rest and relaxation, you do that. You also try to build that into your regular routine. That's important. But when you don't, your body will tell you. We talked about doing what you needed to do to add that little sachet in your hips from time to time. So whether that's your new pair of shoes, a new lipstick, a new hairdo, a new outfit, putting that all together, and you know, you walk around and you just know you're it. You are the thing that day. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay, but you gotta, that starts from the inside out. All this stuff you're doing to the outside is just to reflect how you feel about yourself on the inside. We also talked about mindfulness while you are eating. Slow down. Eat when your body is in a state of relaxation, when your digestive system is in a state of relaxation. So eating on the run, not a good idea. I reminded you about Relax in the Corners that happened on Friday with Coach K. There are Fridays this month, and there'll be Fridays going forward. But if you tune in, you can have 20 minutes to join me, and we kind of practice some grounding. We practice relaxation. We practice mindfulness. So that would be a good way to kind of get yourself settled down and relax. And then perhaps you eat after. That time together is only like 20 minutes. And it's 20 minutes on purpose, so you have time to do other things. We also talked about making what we may call a bucket list, fun activities. So these are fun activities from little things to big things. These are not all just high ticket items. And they are things maybe you consider doing individually. Maybe they're things you consider doing with your family. Maybe they're things you consider doing with your girlfriends or other groups. Okay, but you can make this list. Last but not least, we talked about the importance of being mindful of what comes out of your mouth. Your body reacts to what you say. If you want positive things back, positive things need to be coming out of your mouth. If you're having difficulty having positive things coming out of your mouth, then I would strongly encourage you to find more positive things to put in. That means you need to be reading more positive things. Maybe you need more word. Maybe you need more promises. Maybe you need more affirmations that you can put in so that it is actually coming out of your mouth. Okay. So I hope that that was helpful for you this morning. And I look forward to speaking to you guys on next Monday at the next Facebook Live. Thank you for joining me in the corner. Stay tuned for the anxiety workshop that will be coming up in June. We're going to stick with one workshop at a time. Anxiety is the epidemic inside the pandemic, or another pandemic on top of the other pandemic, however you want to say it. But it's a big problem. It's a big issue. So stay tuned for more information about that webinar on anxiety in June. And listen, I hope you guys have a great week. Be kind to yourself. Love on yourself. You're special. So act like you know that. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.